It seems to me that you have a wide-ranging interest in science, that sometimes it's animals and sometimes it's the body, that there are almost any direction that you're interested in going. What started all of this interest in science?
I think really my father and my family were the way that I was raised. We grew up my parents owned 10 acres, and there was a national forest across the street. And my brother and I just played outside all the time. And my father would often take us on hikes in the wood and teach us the names of the trees and help us to understand some things that were happening in the natural world. And that's really where my interest started. And then I majored in biology. And then I took that in the writing direction. I have a degree in science journalism. And then I ended up writing children's books about science. And I can't imagine another job that I would enjoy more.
Does it give you an excuse to travel?
Sometimes it does, yes. I have been to Africa and to Costa Rica and to Mexico to go scuba diving. And so often I will write books based on these different experiences. So I've written a series of books on African animals, and after my trip to Costa Rica I wrote a book about sloths. And so sometime when I went to Costa Rica, I went with my mother-in-law, actually took my whole family, and my niece went. And she really loved the sloths that we saw, and that's sort of what made me want to write about that animal in particular.
When you're not in the classroom with children, what is a typical day for a writer, a science writer?
I usually I write in the mornings because I'm freshest then, and I can usually get the most material out. And then in the afternoon, I might do more business kinds of things like marketing efforts or scheduling school visits, or just thinking about new projects, also doing research for new projects, things like that.
And how many projects do you usually have going from time to time?
It varies, but I usually have a half dozen or so in different stages. So some books I'm actually physically writing at that time. Others are with editors or with illustrators in various stages of production.